All right, guys, welcome in to my first YouTube video in I think like 2 years. My first official YouTube video that I'm actually gonna post on YouTube. So yeah, excited for you guys to join me today. Now we're gonna be talking about my lowest point within my recovery process. So for those of you guys that have been following me for a little bit now, you guys know that I've been through a lot of stuff within my porn recovery process. Like I've had like a lot of people catch me within being like doing the PMO, right, porn masturbation orgasm. I've had PIED, porn induced erectile dysfunction, twice, and I've had like a lot of bad experiences with pornography. But I want to talk about my lowest point within the porn recovery process. And for me, that was actually a time when, I'll give you guys a little bit of background before I get into it though. So for me, like I went to a Christian camp growing up, and it was called Spirit in the Pines. And basically within this camp, it was a Christian camp. It was really awesome. I always had a blast going to it. We always prayed, like we always got into the word. And you could really feel like, the Holy Spirit within the church, right? So not the church, but the camp. And it was just a awesome camp to be in. And actually, after graduating the camp, right, and not being able to be a camper anymore, I actually was a camp counselor, counseling other kids, right, making sure that they were having fun and making sure that there was like order within the whole entire camp, because it would just be like kids running around, right? And my lowest point within my recovery process, I remember I was around somewhere like I think 17 years old, 16 years old, and I remember that I actually ended up PMOing in a bus full of those little kids. And for me, you know what I mean, like I had like this addiction for so long, and it wasn't like I went to it every now and then. Like for me, like when I got into porn addiction, like I went full in. I was like doing it every single day for like 5 years straight. So the camp was 1 week long, and I remember, because like I went like one week pornography free, and I was like so proud of myself. I'm like, wow, like I never even imagined like I could actually go 1 week free from this stuff. Yeah, like when I went on to like the bus and stuff like that, to go back home, because it was like a 3-hour bus ride, if you will, up north to like the cabins and stuff like that in Minnesota, which was where I used to live. I remember like we all got in the bus, and there was these, I think they were like 12-year-olds or 13-year-olds, somewhere around there. Everyone was like lining up, whatnot, getting seated. And I really remember this like vividly, because I remember like this being like a scarring moment within my recovery process. Like really made me question why I keep on going back to pornography. And I went 1 week without pornography. I had a phone back then as well. And I went 1 week without it, and just for some reason whatsoever, right? This is maybe the devil, right? The enemy at work. But when I got onto that bus, temptation hit like crazy. And I had no temptation whatsoever when I was going to the camp, and I was like, playing with the kids and stuff like that, right? But when I got on that bus specifically, temptation just overflew me. And I remember, you get these rationalizations within your head when you're addicted to pornography, and you're like, oh, like is this really that bad? Like you can do this, no one's even gonna find out, type of thing. And I remember me going to pornography and watching pornography on the bus, not even in a private place, right? Like literally on the bus as a camp counselor myself. Like I need to be a role model to these kids, right? Not what was going on within my head. And I remember was watching pornography for like 20 minutes straight, and I told myself, oh, like I'm gonna PMO when I get back home. Like I can't wait to go back home and like do this stuff. And yeah, like I got really into it in terms of like watching it. And like there was a bathroom in that bus, went into the bathroom, PMO'd. And I remember like I didn't really feel like guilty at the time. I just kind of like felt relieved. I'm like, oh, okay, like finally I can finally go through my day and not have to worry about this temptation anymore. It's like finally done, over with. And yeah, after that I ended up getting home, and like this was a time where I was like, I didn't really go to bed early, to say the least, especially summer. And I was staying up until like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and that's when like the conviction actually hit me. It was like, how can I do something like this I couldn't even wait home. I couldn't even wait to get home. That's how bad my addiction was to pornography in terms of the, getting temptation. Like, I couldn't even wait to get home in order to do this, which is just the messed up part about it, because like I was literally being surrounded by little kids. Like, imagine if like a little kid was saying like, oh, like, what are you watching? And like he ended up watching the video, right, and like got scarred, right? Never know. God bless, like nothing really happened. No one really got hurt. Could even been so bad, like I literally could have gone like a charge or something. I don't know. Like, nowadays, watching pornography in a bus full of like little kids, I know as a parent I would be furious if a camp counselor was watching pornography in a bus full of kids. So a lot of stuff could have happened for sure. So thankful that nothing happened, and nothing got in the way, right? But I ended up getting back home, and I actually like ended up realizing like what I actually did. And yeah, like I just kind of like felt like super empty. And it's like, I guess, like, how much worse can you really get than that in terms of the addiction? And I didn't really know what to do, because obviously I couldn't tell other people because I was like so shameful of the addiction that I had, and I just didn't want to do it. I would talk about it every now and then with my friends, and like they would obviously say that they watch pornography, because who doesn't at one point watch pornography within their life until they realize that this isn't a good thing for them. So I knew that they watch pornography, but I didn't really have trust in like telling them. And that's the thing about pornography. It's like, it makes you feel so isolated and so ashamed, because like you can't really tell anybody, because like you don't want to be the person known as the porn addict. You usually think about a porn addict, and like they're like a 50-year-old like guy, you know what I mean, like that's like bald, overweight, you know what I mean, like that's who you think of as a porn addict. So to be labeled as that, it's like I don't know, I think you guys know what I mean, right, in terms of like not wanting to tell people about it. So yeah, like I just like knew as well, like, in that time that like it couldn't really get much worse than this. Like, this was the terrible feeling that I had after doing this, and I didn't really know where to go from there. So for me, I at that point just kind of like accepted it as well, where it's like, this is just part of life, where you have to go through pornography, and then hopefully when you get into a relationship it'll go away, or hopefully when you reach this age it'll go away, or hopefully this happens, that happens, and then I'll quit pornography. But that never really happened to me until I actually ended up taking action and stepping into my life and getting rid of this, which is a story for another day. But I wanted to go over the most embarrassing story that I've ever had within pornography, my most shameful story, if you will, and also my biggest regret, like within my porn recovery journey. So hopefully this, I don't want to say inspired you guys, but hopefully that you guys resonated with some of this. Maybe you guys have some stories as well where it's like you never really told anybody, and hopefully this inspires you as well to also tell other people about your journeys. I think that's one of the most beneficial things that any addict can do. Tell other people about this, and get rid of some of that shame, because the shame is what keeps on bringing us back to pornography. But hopefully you guys like this video. Let me know if I should make more YouTube videos. I'm going to start, potentially posting on here a lot more if you guys really enjoy the videos. That's it from me. I'm going to leave a couple links in the description to check out in case you guys need some more help, more resources. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later.